Hello and welcome to the J the Wild One YouTube channel where we are judging books by their cover. Moby Dick. Asmodeus is an early 2.1 extreme by Vexion, Angry Boy, Ownbit, Cyberic, and Kurzgesman SB. This level is most notably the level that ended up kind of being one of the main catalysts for everyone hating hell levels until like 2021, which I think is really funny because by this point there were just so many of these, and this one was just about as generic as hell levels got. As much of a pain as it is to say, this one is so goddamn generic in that aspect. But because of that, I think the level kind of has an unfair reputation, and I think that it does deserve a fair shot to get, like, an objective review. So, with that, let's just get on into it. The first cube is an interesting part to me. It's a good intro to the level, and you usually pass it every attempt anyway, but I can't get over how annoying this first click is. Or not first click, I mean the first click is a hold, but I guess the second click, fuck you. The second click is really stupid, and I'm just not a fan, man. The ball is worse, though. The second ball is just not a good part. I think this is probably my least favorite part of the level. It's also arguably the hardest. It's the most annoying. These clicks are all really stupid. I can't lie. There's like a few notable ones, mainly the mini ball clicks and also this one green orb click that are really dumb. This ball almost never gets consistent, man. If you pass this ball, you have like a 50-50 chance of just reaching the drop, because the ship after is really easy. The wave after is awkward but also easy, and then the ball after is still kind of difficult, but that one is consistent, and then all of a sudden you're at the drop. Overall, the pre-drop is my least favorite part of the level. If the entire level was like this, then I would not like this level. And I don't think it's a great pre-drop. But then we get into the drop. The first part of the drop is really fun. It is probably the easiest part of the level. The cube and robot section. This part is so goddamn easy. It's really fast-paced, though. I really like it. And for the most part, it functions pretty well. This next ball has a kind of stupid click. This, like, blue orb is really goofy. But besides that, this one also is pretty goddamn good. It keeps the intensity really well. It goes into a nice swing copter before going into a wave. Just looking at this, you'd think the transition is bad here, but unironically, the swing copter into the wave functions, like, every time. It is a really good transition for no reason at all. The wave, in terms of skill, is probably one of the harder parts of the level, but this one is just so consistent. You get the click pattern really easily. It's a really good part. And then followed up by a ship, it's also really good. Overall, the mid-sections are proving to be probably where I consider the level's strong suit to be. Yet again, the parts after this aren't really as good, but for now, this is some of the best gameplay in the level, and arguably, like, some of the best hell gameplay out there. But we still have, like, 30% more to cover. The 60 UFO is, besides the pre-drop, probably the hardest part of the level, because these timings are really awkward and not in the good way at all. Like, there's been awkward timings, it's kind of just a staple of this level, but this one's just weird, man. The blue orb clicks with the UFO just aren't really fun to pull off. I don't really like these. But overall, it's still an alright part. It doesn't exactly play bad, it's just really hard. I had like 10 deaths to this part, which in part could have been caused by nerves, but still. The ship after is pretty alright. It's not really anything, it's just an intro into the next part, and I'd say that, honestly, the final 25% is also a really strong section of parts. The dual mini spider ball thing with the swing copter in there, this part is just good all around. This part is a blast. It's goofy while you're learning it, but as soon as you learn it, this is like the most consistent, like super fun part of the level. And then finally we have the last part. It's this mini cube. There's like a stupid click at 86 that I somehow didn't die to, instead choosing to die to the blue orb after the dash orb somehow. But I didn't care. This final part is pretty good. And then the spider after, also pretty good. I also somehow died here. I died at fucking 91. And there's a straight fly leading into the final little section, which, by the way, I love when levels do this. Creators, when you're making your levels, instead of just having, like, a random frame perfect at the end, I would so much prefer if you just had, like, 5 triple spikes in a row. If you look at my completion, you'll see I literally just straight up touched, like, 2 of the spikes there. I don't even know how I lived to tell the tale here, but, yeah. Overall, the gameplay of the level is pretty solid, but the pre-drop has its issues, and there's also some weird balancing quirks. As much as I have a soft spot for the decoration of this level because I do really like the early 2.1 aesthetic, I can't lie when I say that this hasn't aged very well. I think that this is the reason that so many people just say they dislike this level nowadays and why they disliked it back then. This one just doesn't really do anything special, and for the most part, it's pretty subpar for its time. That being said, I think that in terms of song representation, both the gameplay and decoration do a fantastic job at, you know, showing off the song. I think the same thing could be said very well about a level very similar to this one, Lunatic Doom Machine. If you aren't informed, it's an Insane Demon by Andromeda. It uses the same song, but it's like 40 seconds, so it's like half an Asmodeus. But overall, I think this level's decoration, although not the greatest, definitely fits it very well. And honestly, I don't really see the point in the hatred for it. I think it's just kind of alright. But sadly, that is likely why the level has the reputation it does today. What I think we can draw from this is something to avoid in the community. It thankfully doesn't really happen as much anymore, but there was a very serious problem back in like 2018, 2019 about people just parroting the opinions of famous community figures. There's a few different people from pretty much all time periods that were like this, but for example, in a Thanatos' case, one YouTuber who was popular back then, Riversiver, made a video on the top 10 most forgettable extreme demons. A very similar thing could be said about Asmodeus for the time, although I can't see as many records of it because no one really played the level back then. And it does seem like the opposite effect is occurring now. Now with community figures like Technical and Apesta voicing their opinions on the level, on it being quite fun despite the lackluster decoration, I think that's a much more healthy perspective of the level, but it really does show how dangerous some of these people's opinions can be. Even if they don't mean to do it, large community figures have a very powerful influence on people's opinion on levels, which is why likely people didn't respect the Hellstyle for a while. People heard that it got stale. People were hearing that all of these levels were the most boring, uncreative levels ever made, and they kind of just took the opinions of their favorite creators. But yeah, that's just my take. If you like this video, please do consider liking and subscribing, as I put some time into this. Anyway, let's get on with the completion. By a mile.
The entire level is harder on 2.1. That's not even just the 80 cube.
Well,
the
yeah.
level is basically the 90 cube is harder by like a mile. It's not even fucking close. Diamond still thinks that 2.2 SSC might be around Silent Club stuff, just to show you how fucking hard the level is. So imagine the 2.1 version.
I mean, to my knowledge, like, didn't Maruji say that, like, 0 to 80 alone was like Oblivion, and wouldn't he have been playing on the 2.2 version?
He said on 2.1.
Okay.
He said 0 to 80 alone was Oblivion difficulty.
I'm just gonna turn off auto deafen. I'm only in a VC with one person.
Yeah. He said it's actually probably harder than Oblivion, he said. Not
Yeah.
And like, I died at the ending of that cube 400 times from 0. So imagine having to do a Oblivion difficulty run 400 fucking times to beat the level.
Yeah, that's insane though.
It is.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my god, finally. I beat it. I beat Asmodeus. Yes. Yes.
You beat it?
Yes, dude.
No
Oh my
way.
god.
No way.
Oh my god, dude.
No way. What the hell? GG's, man. The fuck? I did not expect that. I thought you were gonna take at least a bit more longer on that. I did not expect that to happen like as soon as I joined the call.
Oh my god. No, before I...
Now, if you excuse me, I am gonna read my book on big booty bitches. Let's turn the page. These motherfuckers lied to me.